Alright guys, so
Yep.
so pretty straightforward. Well, I feel like I've been doing this since like I was away. This is one of the first games I've ever done. So I'm like pretty straightforward. You just get this, do this step, make sure not to do it this way, and then make sure to rotate in this sort of 45 degrees somewhat central axis this way. Anyway, now one way that our opponent can stifle this entry. Now, I want to really like categorize something. This is a really high percentage throw. In fact, Alexandre showed a very similar throw on Wednesday, and he's way better than I am. So it's like if he validates that this throw works, I think that's fair to say it's a pretty sound technique. Okay. But with any technique, context is key. It's very situational. So as we talked about, if like I get this grip and he gets really close and reaches for this underhook, this is no longer the situation, right? I'm no longer in the context. If I try to get underneath, I would not. Okay? I would have to switch to a different thing. Likewise, one way that he can stifle this, so we get this grip, is he is going to grab my collar and kind of post me away. Right. So now it would be kind of hard to meaningfully get underneath it there. Okay? So what we're going to do, guys, let me circle this way. Right? What we're going to do is I'm going to grab a hold of his sleeve, and I'm going to bump my shoulder into him while I drag his arm this way. I want to think of it like I'm Spider-Man watching the punch go by in slow motion. Boom, right? So again, just hold really light on this one. I just want to do it super slow. Spider-Man. Okay. When I get to that, this grip is going to transition under the armpits. Actually, let me just break that grip. And I'm going to either gain my positional control one of two ways. I'm either going to pull the wrist back, so you see how his arm is kind of barred. I'm going to hyperextend the elbow, which is, see that step? That's what we want. Or I'm going to create like an Americana. So it just kind of depends on how his arm is positioned. I'm going to create like an Americana and drive the elbow forward. And that's the step. That's the thing I want. So again, just hold it really light this time. So I have my grip. I can't get into my fireman's carry. So I'm Spider-Man. I either keep the arm straight, shut this way to get into step, and then I'm going to this position. We'll talk about this in a second. Or go back to the top. Boom, Spider-Man. Boom. It ends up in more of an Americana. And I put that pressure. That pressure, guys, again, Americana pressure. I'm holding under the tricep, holding under the wrist, and I'm using my body to press his elbow forward. It's like an Americana. Yeah. What we're getting into is a Russian top. The positioning I want to end up with is one arm under the tricep, one arm under the wrist. I want to find my head under his chin. I want to make sure, again, always posture, right? If I look down and I try to get up, now my posture's broken. One thing that can happen from here is he might try to turn to a front headlock. Now, truth be told, from this situation, if he does this, you're pretty much set up to just drive into a double. I find like a lot of times, if you're confident in your guillotine defense, that will work. But we're getting pretty parenthetical into that at that point, and like if you don't trust your guillotine defense, or they're like, it's never usually good for them to like trust that the submission they just put you in won't work. Like that's, I would say that's not something to predicate your attack sequence. Subjective. Again, he has the collar. Boom. Here. Shuck it. Get this Russian tie position. So when I get my head in this position, I want to kind of level change. And I want to keep here. Once I get to this, the pressure is pretty much all Americana pressure. So I'm driving the elbow forward. I want him to step because what I want is this back exposure. Okay, so let me start to use this way. Now, once I get that, so what I should end up with is, let me actually have you rotate this way. I want to end up where I am now, like we're making like a corner. Yeah? So I don't want to be straight on the side. If I'm straight on the side, then I want to make him step. Say rotate. I want to create this corner. Let me rotate it a little bit different. Perfect. Okay? I'm going to transition to some back control, but this is a very important nuance because if I reach from this point to his back, Don, get that underhook. He's going to get an underhook. Don's going to throw me. I'm going to look stupid. So, bad news. Okay? What I want, as I make this transition, so once I get to this position, is I'm going to shuck, transition here, and then get to this. Right? So you guys see that? Shuck, transition here and get to this. So I'm not holding the wrist and reaching, because you look at this huge window. He's gonna get this underhook. He's gonna hip toss. He's gonna dump me on my face. Mess up my hands and face. What I want is to shuck. Right. Once I get here, let me circle you this way. We're going right into our Tani-Otoshi takedown. Let me turn those to your back space now. The foot on the side that I'm controlling the arm is going to step basically parallel to his foot, and the other foot is going to slide behind. I'm not trying to like kick his leg out. That's stupid. That doesn't do it. I'm gonna trip you now. I'm just going to block the post so that as I take him backwards, he has nowhere. So all together, I reached, got my grip, he posted me away. Spider-Man, catching, I threaten, I sign to get that Russian tie control, and I keep that pressure until he's set up in the angle I want him. Shuck, catch, step, pull him backwards, and we're ready to go. Pick it on top. Trigger begin jump. So again, same context, grab my grip, but then you get this collar grip to kind of post me away. So I can't get underneath effectively without putting myself at high risk. I'm grabbing the collar, I'm going to bump and pull. Get that arm across. Yeah. From here, I'm either hyperextending the elbow to get him, or Americanaing the shoulder. But ultimately what I want is to make that left foot step. Once that left foot steps, let's have you posture forward. Now we'll rotate you this way. My head finds that crook. I don't want to like bend down and look up, or squat and stand. I'm going to try to get to this point where we kind of make like a corner. Then I'm shucking the arm across, catching the waist. This foot goes parallel. I'm going to trip you out, slide, block, and pull him straight back. Here, like that. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah? Excellent. Let's start around, work it out. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, John. Thank you, John.